Hello, Internet, and welcome back to Neon Souls. Thank you for joining us this lovely Friday afternoon, evening, wherever time it might be for you. We're here to play the Sprawl. I think we're in our 5th session of this, so everyone knows the drill. We had, let me see, you saw all of our shows come up in our pregame video. Definitely join us for all of that. You can see our schedule pinned below. We'll talk about more of those at the end of our stream. If you like what you see, definitely come and hang out for more. But just right off the bat, I'm going to go ahead and let these fools introduce themselves so we can get into the inevitable nonsense that will likely result from what you guys do today. Starting off with GB. Hey.
Graybeard to Graybeard Tavern. Just check my Twitter, find my schedule, all that. And today I'll be playing Klaxon, the driver drone jockey.
All right. I'm Morgan, also known as Imaginatrix Online, and tonight I will be playing Clarity, the blind hacker.
Hello, I'm Savvy. I'm at Savvy Seaworth on Twitter. My schedule is very long, and you can find it pinned to the top of my page. But tonight, I'll be playing a Choke, the killer.
And hey, I'm Christina Sid. You can find me on the Twitters at Greek Sid, shitposting and talking about games that I play on this channel. Next time you'll see me here will be on Sunday for Slaying 101, Monster of the Week. What? We were really awkward. There's lots of romance things, and I guess we're going to the Fae realm or something. We'll see how that goes. Yeah. I also run Elegant Suffering. Check out the wiki. Mecha added to places last night. It made me very happy. It was great. And tonight I will be playing Impulse, the reporter, and lover of wigs.
And I, once again, am Sean, the MC of this game. My job is super easy tonight. These people do all the work for me. You can catch all the stuff that I do on my Twitter. I've got my schedule pinned there. It follows the schedule of this channel. I'm in everything. So, yeah. But, yeah, that's about it. Let's see Savannah giggling down there.
GB was sassing you.
I missed that, but I'll punish you for it at some point tonight. All right, let's
Sorry, I'm a snitch.
Go ahead and get started. Previously on Neon Souls, your crew, your small gang of fixers in the city of San Angeles had completed or mostly completed a recent mission to steal some information from a server bank in the North Bay Arcology off the coast of this this city, this dense urban city that you find yourselves in. You had completed your job by destroying the bank, and it was revealed to you afterwards that it seemed that this bank, this server bank that you had destroyed, was the subject of an investigation, specifically a murder investigation. And as a result, there's a little bit of heat on you right now for having destroyed this, or potentially some heat if it gets back to people, if they're able to trace back who did this. However, you decided to let that lie for a second, as you had promised a few other gigs or jobs to be completed. You owed one of your contacts, specifically Choke's contact, Renata, also known as the Warden, had given you a repo job on Klaxon to recover some technology that Klaxon had absconded with when they parted ways with Ares Aegis. You decided to accomplish this by stealing a dead body, mutilating said dead body, in some sort of long cockamamie plan to fake his death by blowing up the body and also murdering one of Scooter's rivals, who we'll get to in a second, and then realized, hey, we just need the tech to turn in, decided to copy over the data files from that, turn that into Renata, and you completed the job. You've still
We're
got
so
a body
good at
in
this, guys. We're
you-
so good at this.
well, you got a body in the freezer, which will probably come in
Always.
handy at some point.
Savvy, you're correct. Operation very incredibly good plan.
plan.
It
Yeah.
grew as the plan went along.
Yeah. It was an amazing moment of everyone in the room, including myself, realizing, oh, we can just do this the easy way. Anyway, so you completed that job for Renata. You're still on good terms with them. Choke caught a glimpse of one of Renata's contacts, apparently, being Miss Scarlet, a figure who had given you a job recently. And you decided to keep that train rolling by also taking out one of Scooter's annoyances. Scooter had apparently had a shipment stolen, and had tasked you in exchange for the equipment that you needed, or that you had asked them for, to take out or reclaim this equipment. You were able to determine by speaking with a new friend of Claxon's named Chad, right? I'll make sure I have that right. Yeah, Chaz Mumford and Sons. You decided to go speak with this rich kid, party boy, who told you that they believed this a fellow by the name of Ricky Steele was responsible for taking this shipment. You rolled very badly in asking Chaz for this, and we're a little vague in the details of what he needed to do. Chaz invited you back for a party at his place. You decided to go, and you found out that Chaz had invited Ricky and his gang to the party, thinking that he would help you all out and put you in contact with them. You confronted Ricky, convinced them that you were interested in working with them and were not, in fact, hired to kill them and or steal their stuff. The conversation got a bit heated as Claxon Gatlinged the I can't think of the word. Balcony, thank you. I'd lost the word balcony for a second, and Chaz lost his actual balcony as the Gatling tore through it, killing many of Ricky's henchfolk, and all of you making a run for it. Ricky injured, some Choke very badly injured, said to meet up later, and they'd work out the details of this new business partnership, and you all headed your separate ways. So that's where we pick up. I assume you guys were heading back to the workshop.
Yeah, we've got to follow them.
So you're gonna follow them.
You have your equipment, right? Can you fix up the arm on the
I can try. I mean, I have my workstation. Yeah, I always have that with me, but not quite sure how it works.
So I looked into this, not as much as I should have, but I did look a little bit at this when we talked about it last time. There isn't necessarily a move for so minor damage. You can just use your stuff to fix it when you've got some time to do it. For some significant damage like this, it is going to take a roll. What I'm going to have you do is roll to go under the knife. So typically the person getting the enhancement or getting whatever it is the person that rolls. I'll let either one of you do it in this case, but you are going to have to spend some cred in order to do that, and I'm just going to flavor this as the resources that you are using, pulling from what you have on hand to actually do this. So you can decide how much cred you want to spend, maximum of 2, and you roll plus the amount of cred that you spend, and that's what determines whether or not you succeed or fail.
Okay. So I guess I'll go ahead and roll 2 cred.
It was my fuck up. I'll give 1.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Surprisingly, I feel kind of bad.
My bullets, I'll give the other. So you don't pay anything, but you get the +2.
Oh,
Okay.
cool. Let's go ahead and try this then. So I'm gonna do +2. Nine.
Does anyone want to try to help?
It's mechanics stuff. Sure, I'll give a hand.
Okay. You can roll plus links.
Okay. And that would
With
be,
clarity.
I believe, 2. Okay.
Nice.
Oh, you can just press the button.
Yeah.
Nice. Ah. I learned that in our other game today, too. Oh.
What'd you roll?
6.
6?
Yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't subtract though, right? It just messes him up a little bit too. Is that how it
Yeah.
works?
Let's see. Yeah, it doesn't take away from it. It just exposes you. You're implicated in the results of whatever the roll is. So with a 9, it's going to be you're successful in patching it up. However, the cyberware isn't going to work as well as advertised. You choose an additional tag to add to Choke's cyberware. And Choke, you can decide which one you want. This is your thing. The result or the effects are either the damaging tag. Sometimes it hurts like hell and eventually will do permanent nerve damage to you. Hardware decay, it works for now, but it's just a matter of time. It's going to eventually break down. Substandard, it works well, but not as well as it should. And unreliable, sometimes it just doesn't work.
I think I'm gonna go for damaging
Okay.
because I want it to work.
Okay. So it works, but it's going to cause you some pain.
It's fine.
And the end result could be some permanent pain unless you are able to. Later on, you can attempt to repair it again and try to have it brought back to the way it was before. You're probably gonna have to spend more cred and probably go get some more parts for that. But
Okay.
yeah, your Clarity and Claxon spent some time working on it, and I think what ends up happening is so Clarity's you're probably focusing more on the actual like programming and like the nerve the nerve connections, making sure that those are actually done properly. But Claxon, you're helping with more of like the hardware aspect of it. And I think something that Claxon does when he's getting the final, like the joint back in place as they have like removed the arm to fix it and then putting it back, something just pinches and it just, you feel this like searing pain run through your shoulder, almost down the entire, which side? It's on your right side, right? So the entire right side of Choke's body.
The right
and,
side,
yeah. And you just, for a moment, and it starts to slowly fade as it happens, but there's just this moment where you feel like something didn't connect properly.
Ow.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I get you?
She never does that. That something's really wrong.
Well, I think I got most of it hooked up okay. What about you, Claxon? Do you think you're done with your section?
Yeah, it went in just like a droid arm.
Okay. Yeah, except it's attached to a person.
Oh.
Yeah. It's probably fine. We can always get you to see someone later to fix it properly, but I think this is a pretty good job for having done it in the back of a van.
Sure.
Anyway, that was a really bad party. I don't think it was a very good one. I didn't get to finish my drink.
I'm gonna have
Yeah,
to.
that kind of sucked. Why don't we go follow some of the assholes that were responsible and maybe steal their shit? Would that make everyone feel better? Maybe they have beer. We could steal that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Let's do
Yeah.
it.
Okay, so you guys are gonna follow Ricky Steele and his remaining goons back to their hideout. I assume that you're trying not to be seen following them, So I'm gonna have Klaxon roll to act under pressure. You're behind the wheel. I don't know if you get any sort of bonuses for that. But that will be a roll plus cool unless you have something
Yeah.
that helps.
Looking, let's see. Act under pressure, roll cool plus your car's power. Oh, oh my. Okay. So that's 4 plus 4.
Oh, wow.
Okay. So hit the button. Put 2 in here. Haha. And go. 11.
11. Awesome. So on 11 for act under pressure, you do it, no problem. So describe to me what Klaxon does to, like, I guess, be inconspicuous, because you're in your big hover tank right now.
Exactly. I think it's just I think it's more of a they were in a ground car and we just flew instead. We just, once we were like out of the neighborhood, we just took to the air, out of the rich neighborhood. We took to the air and just fell in on traffic. And Klaxon, of course, drives by interface, so he literally was like whipping and zipping around other vehicles and cutting through lanes of traffic and whatnot, trying to follow them on the ground as they went under overpasses and all that.
Perfect.
So,
So you follow them back, mostly following the same route that you would go to get back to the workshop. Once you get within a couple blocks, though, they deviate and head a little further into the city. You follow winding for a little bit until they finally cut off into a parking garage along a large bank of buildings. As you kind of hover up there, wait for a moment, you see Ricky and the 2 other gang members that were accompanying them come out and like kind of look across the street and then jog across to a like an old like brick building, something that you don't see too much in the city, that is across the street. They walk up to the big set of steel doors there, kind of bang on it a little bit, and then the doors open up and they head inside, closing behind them. So you see the building they went into.
Is this anywhere near Clarity's Latvia trip?
Like the way, because she just went and hung out in an abandoned building too during that.
Which she doesn't know that we know, but yes.
Yeah. I mean, it's all close. Yeah, within a block or 2.
Just like lean over to Klaxon. Isn't this where Claire like went on vacation?
close. Gotta be close.
Clarity,
Yeah?
could you show us where you went on your vacay?
I mean, there's not a globe in here.
Clarity.
I mean, it's not like super important.
It could be in this instance.
I mean, it's only like a block or 2 that way.
Do we
I
want to
mean-
set up a temporary base, perhaps?
Yeah, well, sure. I mean, I guess. Yeah, okay.
Thank you for sharing your timeshare with us. We appreciate it.
Yeah, well, you know, Lithuania's closer than we thought.
Isn't everywhere, though?
Yeah. So I guess Clarity just goes to the front and is like, okay, make a turn here and another turn here.
Just lean over to Impulse and go, okay, is there gonna be like a bunch of weird shit in this building?
That at the very least we'll get a nice little peek inside Claire's head.
It's just energy drinks and noodles.
Like I said, a peek inside her head.
Okay.
Yeah, so the inside of the building, I guess, once they get there, is like a bunch of old like computer monitors that have been taken apart and like a bunch of other stuff that's been kind of dismantled. And there's a weird device in the center of the room surrounded by empty noodle cups and things like predicted. But it's just kind of like on like a tripod and like has like a weird orb on top of it, and it's just kind of glowing. Well, this is like my timeshare, I guess.
It's real cozy, Claire. Is the glowing thing dangerous?
Oh no, I'm working on it. It doesn't work, so I guess it's not dangerous unless it explodes, in which case it would be dangerous. But right now I don't think it's going to do that because like I said, it doesn't really work. It doesn't have a lot of power. The glowing is just for effect. I think it probably looks nice. I can't really tell, but
Oh, it looks very nice. It looks very scary. Were you going for frightening? Because it's scaring me.
Well, no, I can turn it off. It's just a light switch.
Oh, wow.
Like I said, that part's just for effect. It doesn't work right now. I'm trying to make it work, but it doesn't work.
What does it do when it works?
It tracks people, but it tracks people through ice. But like I said, it doesn't work, and I don't know if I can make it work. I mean, it's been a few months, and it still doesn't work, and maybe I can make it work at some point, but I don't know.
That could be very useful.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. No one's ever really thought about tracking other hackers through ice before, and I just thought about it since that's kind of part of how this thing happened, and I'm trying to figure out who did this thing to me, so, you know, I can get that whole revenge thing happening, but,
you've mentioned the revenge plot, yes.
Yeah, it's not working out too well, so, man, I don't know, maybe I'll just give up on it, but...
No, live your dreams, come on. It's a great aspiration to have.
Yeah, revenge is always a good aspiration, I think.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, yep, this is what I've been doing, I guess.
You know, you don't have to make a secret about it. We fully support your revenge plot.
Oh, I know. I just think you guys are kind of weird, so.
Oh.
I mean, I like you guys. You're just a little out there sometimes, and, you know, it's just nice to have a thing just for me sometimes. You know, me time.
Personal space, absolutely. Well, no, I can understand that. We are all a bit strange.
Yeah,
which makes it extra cool that you're sharing this with us now. You know.
Really appreciate it.
Total kudos.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying my best, so. Yeah, so I guess we'll just set up a quick base here, and then we can steal that stuff back tonight.
That sounds great.
I'm not weird.
No, you're right. Choke's not weird. Klaxon and Impulse are kind of weird, though. You gotta agree with me there.
I fully understand that, yeah.
Choke's cool.
I can live with it.
Choke's pretty normal. I mean, normal in Choke's way.
Well, then why aren't... You know what? It's fine. Yeah, let's get a base going, and, I don't know, maybe surveillance? Can we use their surveillance? Could you hack into their surveillance? Is that a thing?
Yeah? Sure.
Great.
And she pulls like a tarp off of one of the monitors and like goes ahead and boots it up. It's already there and ready.
Okay.
Impulse just turns to Choke. What did I tell you?
It is weird.
So you want to try to hack into the into any computer systems they have that Ricky and his posse have?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I think you can do that remotely, and we'll see what you find. So go ahead and we'll roll to log in.
All right, not synth, just to confirm.
Yes, that is synth.
Just need to make sure every time.
Damn.
All right, that's 11.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, so you're in clean, no additional effects. So you have your own setup here. You know where their base is. You get into the network for this like block essentially, and you're able to easily locate and infiltrate their systems. It didn't seem like there were a lot of security systems put in place here. They're not. It doesn't seem like they had much to stop you at all. And actually, once you get into to their network, you do find that there's not a lot here. It's pretty low tech, and all you find that as far as like the things that are connected to this network is kind of like the basic things that you would find. It seems like they've got a some sort of computer system with internet access, things like that. There's one security camera, and what else would they have? As far as machinery or other systems that are connected to it, there's some sort of what's the best word I can use for it? Like a machine shop, kind of what you would expect for what you guys have at the workshop, kind of like the stuff that Klaxon uses, a couple of like bandsaws and some other like workbenches, automated benches, things like that. Again, some pretty low tech equipment.
Okay. Oh, and then I read more up about my console cowboy thing. So
Okay.
I think it says when you connect to a secure system, then I roll mind.
Okay.
And so I need to go ahead and roll for that. And then on a 10 plus, I gain 3 hold. 7, 9,
Okay.
1 hold.
Which you can use to do other compromised systems and things like that. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So I was like trying to figure that out. And I think I
Okay.
did. Okay, so that is a 7. So I just have 1 hold.
Okay. So you have one additional hold that you can use when you try to do anything else
Do stuff.
here.
Yep.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay.
Well, what would you like to do now that you're in?
Hey guys, I'm in the system. If you can see it on the screen, I have like their security cameras. Do you guys see anyone there? Because I don't, but maybe they're hiding.
Do we see anyone on the screen?
Yeah. So the single security camera actually points towards it's like the image that you're getting is a long hallway with a steel door at the end of it. You can reasonably guess this is probably the door that they came into, the only access point to the building. There are 2 other seems like passages or rooms, doorways leading off from this hallway, both on the left side. And you just watch as I think you see one individual come kind of hurriedly walking from the back room towards like the front room. They're in there for a little bit, and then you see Ricky with somebody else very kind of aggressively rounding around the corner, walking back towards the back room. So you're getting some of the movement through this hallway, but you can't actually see what they're doing in any of the rooms.
Okay. So it looks like we'll have to go through this hallway. I can probably disable their security cameras when we get closer. What do you guys think?
I mean that.
Maybe put it on a loop.
Oh.
So effectively then we're invisible to the camera.
Yeah, I can do that. All right, I guess I'm gonna compromise their security.
Okay. So you can spend your hold to do that. You don't have to roll for it.
I'm gonna go ahead and do that.
Okay. I guess you'd have the option if you wanted to roll and hold on to the hold you had, but if you want to just go
Yeah.
ahead and use it.
I'll just go ahead and use it.
Cool. So you use your hold to essentially loop some footage of just the hallway being empty, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. You do that. It's super easy. You get a nice clean 10-second run, and you just set that on a loop.
Cool. Done.
All right, now we just need to pop the door without making too much noise.
Okay. Are we all gonna go?
And what's the plan? Are we going quietly and just stealing their shit, or are we just going inside and slaughtering them? I mean, I'm okay with either one because they're assholes, but
We were just gonna go in and bust them up, but
I mean that works too.
Yeah. As long as we get the stuff back for Scooter, because I really like that knife. I'm not really much of a puncher or a shooter. I have a gun. I'm not sure how I feel about using it yet.
yeah, I think that's the priority.
I mean,
Plus, the whole being like partially blind thing with the gun. I don't know if those two things mix.
If you're only partially blind, I think we could work on it. I
Probably.
could teach you to shoot.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that might be a good idea. I wouldn't
You can-
want to accidentally shoot you guys.
You could aim for their tech though, right?
Yeah, I mean, like I can make that stuff out as long I can see like where people are versus where tech is. So if I aim for the tech, I can totally do that.
I still think we should work on it first.
Yeah, my aim's not great.
That's fair.
so I think we should either do one or the other. We should either kill them all or take this stuff without them knowing, because if we just rough them up, then we have to deal with them more.
Yeah, and they
Or-
know where we live, and I don't want to like kill them, but I guess we already killed most of them. But was that us? Did we do that? I don't actually know.
Oh, that was all Claxon. It was really
Oh.
well done.
I was
Okay.
just gonna say it's better that you don't know, but okay, yeah, that was drone
Oh,
strike.
I'm just assuming, so I could be wrong.
Yeah, you could be wrong. Let's go with that.
Oh, that was pretty crazy. Okay,
Yeah.
well, are we all gonna go in there and bust them up, or?
We want to try to go in quiet.
I think that's a good idea to try at least, and then as a backup plan, bust them up. Because then, at the very least, if we do it quietly, then we don't have to worry about them showing up at our place later with more guys. Because that would suck. I have a lot of computer stuff there that I'd rather not get, like, destroyed.
It's totally
Yeah.
fair. Okay, so quiet is plan A. Plan B, we rough them up. Ooh, and say that we were hired by someone really scary so that they don't come after us and they think it was them. Who's like super scary. Like, so-and-so sent us, fuck you! Like, you know.
Mickey Mouse.
So wait,
Pick a corporation.
couldn't we? Okay, so they already think we're buds.
Yeah.
Is there
Well,
a way?
sort
Is there
of.
a way we can get the stuff back to Scooter from them and use them as a disposable asset later?
Best case scenario, sure.
Don't think they're just gonna give all of his stuff back.
Well, you know.
No, but if they don't know that we took it, we give it back to Scooter, and then, like, we hook up with them later. Again, best case scenario. If we get caught, we have to fuck them up, so.
Oh, okay.
Is that fair? Is that what you were saying? I thought that's what you meant.
No, I was saying, why don't we talk to them, see if we can make them some kind of deal for Scooter's stuff, and then
Oh.
use them later on when we need somebody messed up by some punks. Make them an asset, not an enemy.
Mm.
I like that.
Like,
That's very genius of you.
you give us Scooter stuff now, and then we pay you back, blah blah blah. In the
I mean, they do
jobs and-
need more people now that a bunch of them were murdered. So we could offer ourselves, like we already were offering to help them before, So it's not like they would question that, because that was kind of the whole point of us talking to them, was convincing them of that. And they were kind of hard to convince because they had a lot of people, but like I said, now they don't have a lot of people.
Yeah,
And it was probably Ares Aegis stuff that, you know,
or
shredded
whoever
him anyway.
Chaz's parents, you know, work for.
Yeah. I mean, if we don't want them to kill Chaz, and we don't want them to...
It wasn't Chaz's fault. It was his parents, you know.
Okay. All right. Yeah, so let's run with that. And then if it doesn't work out, then go the other direction.
Okay.
So should I bring the guns?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Always.
Of course, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, they would think something was weird if you didn't, you know. All right, so play nice, and then if we don't get what we want, well, we just get what we want. Okay, I like it.
Wait, are we sure we don't want to do the repair van plot again?
I mean, it has worked very successfully.
We don't see a garage or anything that they parked across the street.
They parked across the street.
It's obviously no garage to get into, so
We could break their door. Just saying.
Blow up the door.
Think about it.
Daryl's doors. We happen to be in the
people.
neighborhood. You need a door.
Boy, you guys look like those people from the party. Yeah.
We get that a lot.
You always look like people from the party.
Sorry, I'm running down Daryl's doors on my list.
Oh, of course.
there.
Daryl's doors. Well, okay.
All right. So you guys head over to this building, come up straight up to the front door, and just knock. Okay. You bang on the door a few times. Eventually, a panel slides open. Somebody looks out at your group, kind of eyeing you. I assume you're all there.
Yeah.
Here goes. Who are you people? What do you want?
Oh, we had a meeting with Ricky. We were going to discuss a business plan.
Ricky's a little busy right now.
Oh, just let him know that I'm here.
Hold on. Slides the thing closed. You wait out there for a bit. Takes a few minutes.
I hate waiting.
Finally, it slides open again. Oh, it's you guys. Right. And kind of slides it. There's here's some unlocking, and it opens up. Ricky's saying this says, "I thought we were gonna lie low for a bit."
Well, we did.
It's been like 30 minutes. Normally, lie low is like a longer sort of thing.
Well, we're already here, so let's talk business.
Fine. Come in. Lets you all in. As you head in, you see that same hallway you've seen before, just from a different perspective. To the right, the first room, closest to the street that you saw, you see a large, almost looks like this was probably once an office building. There's it's almost like a conference room. One of the walls has actually been busted out just to make it as big as possible. A couple tables. Some of them have some guns on them. Other have some like blueprints on them. There's like a few laptops that are plugged in. It's a pretty low tech and kind of scraped together little operations center that they have there. And before we have a chance to go to the back room, Ricky just leads you straight into there and says, like I said, I really hadn't planned on going over business this quickly, but I guess with everything going on right now, I probably could use the help. You saw it, lost a lot of people at whatever the fuck was going on at Chaz's place. Yeah, well,
you know his folks. Who the fuck knows? So
right. Well, I got someone working on it. Anyway, we were talking business. What was it what was it you wanted?
Well, we were hoping to, team up, sort of continue on with the spread in the neighborhood, but I don't know, given the events of this evening, you might need some more help now, like you were saying.
I'm supposed to do some openings with our group. What, you want to join? Hire you? your operation,
as,
from
like,
what I hear.
independent contractors? Huh.
And I suppose you're not doing this out of the goodness of your own hearts.
Oh, no, hell no. We intend to get paid. But, you know.
Right.
Better numbers.
Right. Well, he kind of reaches his back pocket, takes out a toothpick, and starts chewing on it. Sits back in his chair and kicks his feet up on the table.
Fucking toothpicks.
I had to bring him back.
Of course.
He holds out the case of them that he has and like offers them around, like if anybody else wants a toothpick.
Thank you.
I'm also gonna take one because now I just want to know what this is about.
And he says,
What's it about? It's just a toothpick.
it's just a toothpick.
Oh, they weren't
Except it
soaked?
tastes. Oh no, that's right. Where we said they were soaked in. Yeah, it's like soaked in the future equivalent of Fireball whiskey. A little bit of
Legend.
cinnamon. It's not terrible. He like I said, kicks back his feet up on the chair and kind of motions for you guys to sit or stand or whatever you want to do, and says, well, we had some other takes that we were working on at the time, and I suppose we could potentially cut you in on all of that. But right now, I got me some boys that I gotta get some revenge for. Luckily, I think I have a lead on whatever hit happened at the Jazz's place tonight. So, got someone working on that right now. Apparently, there was a bot flying around there. That's what caused the mess. So, looks like got a small trace on it. Currently got someone I got paid to track it down right now. So, they don't work for me specifically, just a hacker that I contract through. So I'm waiting to hear back.
I mean, I'm a hacker and I can just do it for free.
These are the benefits of having an independent contractor at your beck and call.
I guess we haven't paid them yet. Looks over to one of the other goons in the corner. She's just kind of sitting there and just shrugs and says, we could cancel the job and use y'all for that. I mean, that would be good.
I mean, I'm gonna be better than like any hacker that you hire off the street. I'm just saying, it's not because I'm like, you know, not modest and like super prideful or anything. It's just the truth. I'm just smarter than them.
She's literally just the best.
You're way smarter than, and I say the guy who she's supposed to go on a date's name with.
Phoebus?
Yeah, I say, oh, you're way smarter than that Phoebus punk.
Yeah, I am.
Oh, Phoebus isn't that bad.
No, he's not bad. I'm just smarter than him.
Well,
I'm
that's... Sure. Right.
I'm sure who
Claxton
this
was-
Phoebus person is great, but can we stay on topic here?
Yeah,
course, sorry.
Claxon was just trying to draw out to see if they had hired Phoebus, because then Clarity could get a hold of Phoebus to cut the thing off or whatever.
I see
So-
you. I see you.
I had thought about that. It's a small city, not that small. It's like, how much bullshit do I want to insert here?
There's only 2 hackers in the whole
Yeah,
town.
yeah. Let's. I'm gonna have Clarity roll to fast talk.
Can I
Oh,
help
no.
her if needed? Since I
You
was
can
talking
help her
up?
if needed. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. Fast talk is
Style. Yes.
That is +0.
Okay.
All
straight
right.
roll, straight roll.
That is a
God.
10.
Yes!
You are killing it with these rolls tonight. So 10 plus. NPCs do what you want. That's it. So thinks about it. Looks over to the woman sitting on the leaning up against the shelf in the corner and gives her a nod and says, "Take care of it." And looks back to all of you. All right. Let's see what you can do.
Work, Claire.
Do you want me to do it right now, or because I it's gonna take a little bit? It's still
Well,
free.
How long are we talking?
Well, it depends on the trace, the kind, like, you know, you said there was a bot, and I can pull up the trace and everything and see what bots were in the area and stuff, but It's still going to take a little bit of time, like maybe a few hours at most for me. Like I said, I'm very intelligent.
Well,
Very
yeah, and
intelligent.
pushes the laptop across to you. Said, "This is what we pulled from what we got. Might get you on the right track." And well, just move as quickly as you can. I wanna hit them back as fast as possible. Show them Ricky Steele means business.
Of course.
Okay.
And pushes the laptop towards you, and what you get there is the results in like binary of like a scan that was run around the time of the attack, and the I think there is like an ID frequency that most drones and other robots give off when they're connected to the network, and you see the frequency that is that they were able to pull from that scan, and it does match based on your knowledge of Klaxon's. Which one did you have with you?
Rosie.
Rosie. It does match Rosie's designation.
Well, let me see what I can do. Let's see. Do I need a roll to... I guess it's not... I don't have to log in. I mean, I guess I
No,
have to
well, see,
log in.
that's the question right now, is that you know where the bot is.
Yep.
And so you know how to trace it because you know where it's at right now, and you're getting in, and the systems that you'd be accessing are the ones that you probably set up in the first place.
Yeah.
So...
I want to try and fake a trace.
Okay. So you want to fake a trace to like a different bot or something?
Yeah, or like trace it to... So instead of tracing it to a bot, I want to pull up like a designated owner that is not Klaxon. So like pull up like a license of some sort.
Okay.
But I do know who I think I want to trace it to.
Okay. Who do you want to trace it to?
Clarity glances at Impulse and then is going to try and have it lead back to the corporation that Impulse is trying to take down.
Yes,
Let's see. Yeah. Oh, shoot. Okay, so yeah, catechism.
Catechism.
Okay, so you essentially want to alter the data so that it leads back to a catechism designated bot. Okay, we can do that. I think because you want this to be solid so that if like another hacker comes in, I assume you want this to be solid so that another hacker comes in and like double checks this, that it'll lead back. So what I would imagine Clarity doing, you can tell me if this isn't what she would do, would be get into catechism system, pull the ID for a bot there, and then replace what they picked up in the scan, the data from the scan, so that those match.
Yeah.
Okay. That would definitely work. So I think in that case, the move would probably be a hacking into catechism, getting the information, and doing things that way. So I'll roll to have you hack into to the catechism database.
Okay. So that's going to be a jack-in.
Yes.
Okay. So let me roll +1. Oh my goodness. Everything is open. Hold on. There we go. And that's going to be a 12.
Playing with weighted dice tonight. Yeah, the 12 you're in, no problem. Do you want to roll for your console cowboy to get that additional hold so you can manipulate it? Yeah, do it.
Yep, so plus mind is +2. That is a 11.
Christ. Yeah. And so
Guys,
you
we
get
weren't
3.
lying. She is literally the best ever.
With that, I get a three hold.
Okay. You can easily spend one of those to pull a bot designation from one of those. You have 2 other hold if there's anything else you want to do while you're in there, because you're in clean.
I'm gonna pull a bot designation. And then
Give me the goods. Give me the goods.
I'm gonna pull some. I'm gonna see if I can pull some info for Impulse. Just onto
Christmas.
And then
just send that, forward that to myself in my cyber eyes.
and is there a way, because you have 3, right?
Yeah.
Is there a way you can take the alarm clock down on us?
Oh. Yeah, because I would know about that they're kind of on to us, huh?
Yeah.
I don't know if I would be able to do. Would I be able to do that?
As far as reducing the corporate clock, that is typically something that is very challenging to do, because that is something more widespread than just like pulling a little bit of information.
I'm gonna. Could I see if they have files on us and at least try and slow them down?
You can do that. I'd say you can pull information on like what they know about y'all, so you guys can be on the same page and know about what they're at in their investigation into y'all. So that works too.
So yeah,
that's
Clarity goes ahead, leads it back to them, pulls what we know, and then like just kind of downloads any data that she can find for Impulse.
Okay.
And I guess that would be data relating to this particular bot that we've traced it back to. But so I don't know how useful it'll be, but we'll see.
Yeah, and I guess it like we can talk about Impulse, what you want, or what Impulse would want from this.
Prove that they're fucking assholes experimenting on people.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, we'll say she sends you the information. We can go over the information later. You just like mark intel or something right now. So
I have a redemption in the chat
oh, cool.
for a gear for Clarity.
Nice. There you go.
Thanks,
Clarity
Mecca.
of gear.
Well deserved.
Yeah. Right. So the you pull all that, and we'll go over the data that you got later. But you flip the laptop back around. How do you do anything to like? How do you give this information back to Ricky?
I go ahead and have it pulled up on the laptop.
Uh-huh.
And I would go, okay, I'm done.
Well, I think they'd start to turn around and be like, while she's working on that, does anyone want a drink or... Wait. You done? I thought you said it was going to take a while.
I thought it'd be way more complicated, but it was actually really easy. They didn't put a very, like, hard, like, blocked trace on it. Like, it was so easy to find. Like, they just weren't good at it. So, like I said, I'm very good at this, and she just, like, flips the laptop around.
Starts saying before it looks as though, well, I'm sure if they're working that low tech, then it's going to be something we can deal with easily. Then just... Fuck. Wait.
What is it, Clara? Who did it?
Oh, some small company called Catechism. I don't know. I haven't heard of them.
Fucking assholes.
Looks very confused at what Clarity's saying, wondering how she could never have heard of Catechism, and then looks to you, Impulse, and says, you have beef with Catechism?
Who fucking doesn't at this point?
Shit. Well, maybe this hit wasn't on me. Maybe that was y'all. Maybe they were coming after you guys.
Oh my god, if that's the case, I'm so sorry.
Shit. I can't have that kind of heat. This is not that big of an operation. I can't have some sort of corporate death squad knocking at my door. Somebody watch the door. And like motions to the woman as she comes back, and she just looks irritated and leaves the room again to go watch the door. Oh shit. Well, I can't. Okay. We gotta lay low then. I can't take that kind of heat.
You saw how fast I did that. I can just make sure that they can't find you.
Good. Okay.
That
Yeah.
one will cost you though. First one's always free.
Well, how do I know? Again, they're even looking for me. Maybe they're just looking for you. Maybe if I just get rid of you, then they don't come after me.
She just went looking for him on your computer.
Damn it!
Unfortunately, you might be tied into this one now, buddy.
Are you setting me up? Was this some sort of...
What reason would we
No.
have to set you up?
Yeah. So we used mind powers to make you give her your laptop?
Oh yeah, I'm telekinetic. You didn't know.
That's the one.
Is that?
I
the right
don't.
one?
You know, we have one rule around here
Look.
in Ricky's gang, and it's no sarcasm. And he points to the board, and big on chalk letters there, it says no sarcasm on there. We
Ricky,
don't appreciate that.
Ricky, darling.
Hostile work environment.
I understand that you'd be a little paranoid right now, given the situation that just happened tonight. But seriously, we're just looking for gig work just like you. And I think that due to whatever the fuck is happening in this neighborhood now, again, safety in numbers.
Roll a fast talk.
Come on. Morgan, give me the good juju. Give me the good juju. Let's see if I roll well.
Morgan just rolls for everyone at this point.
Yes, Morgan is the designated dice roller from here on out. Okay. What did I say? What did I say? Shit.
So what is
It's a
that?
5.
That can't be
I am
helped.
cursed.
Oh no.
All right. On a 5, that's just bad. I just get to make a hard move.
It's just bad.
I think Ricky stands up from the table, and you see their hand sort of twitching. They haven't pulled out a weapon or anything yet, but they're thinking. I think Choke, you're kind of on that level enough to know that they're thinking about it. They're getting a little defensive here, and Ricky just says, "Now listen, I appreciate what you're trying to do and what you're trying to say, but I can't take your word for it at this point. I'll get my own person to deal with all that. I want yous out of here right now."
Kind of look around at everybody. Well, Choke, Claxon, are we leaving?
You know, I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
And I'd watch that hand if I were you. There's 4 of us and 1 of you.
He kind of leans back, says, "You really gonna try this here? In my place? I got 20 other guys back there. You might take me down, but, well, you're not getting out of here alive."
We will if you're not awake to call them. I'm just gonna haul off and just punch him right in the nose.
Oh, yes! That's what
All right. Roll to mix it up.
Oh, jeez. Please be good. Well, that's a 6.
Ooh.
Jesus.
Somebody want to help there?
Can someone help make it a 7? I suck at
Yeah,
meat.
even though I failed earlier, what Claxon will do is he'll actually take a spider ball and chuck it at Ricky's face. So like it's like a softball coming, and then it goes with all 8 legs, like a face hugger.
No, that's really
Oh
scary.
god, that is really scary. Like a death metal face hugger. Okay, so you can roll plus links with Choke. I don't know how many links you have
All right.
with her.
Scroll down the sheet. Oh no, scroll up the sheet. Where's it at? There it is. I'm. Yep, 2. Okay.
2.
Sweet.
Okay.
Do I get anything for being a small gang? That's just damage, right?
That's just damage. Yeah.
Okay.
You have to do additional damage because he's alone right now.
That's right. Whew.
Woo.
That one scared me.
Me too.
So what'd you roll?
8. Just
8.
across the line.
All right. So with an 8, with a help or interfere, that is going to you're going to be implicated in whatever's about to happen here. And for mix it up on a 7 to 9, you get to choose 2 from the list. Choke.
Okay. I'm gonna say I'll take harm.
Okay.
Oh, man. I don't want to break your drone. That's what I'm afraid of. Or my arm again.
If an ally takes harm too, then that would satisfy the conditions of Klaxon's. Klaxon being
I
either
fucked
one
it
of
up.
them.
Let me get
Yeah.
shot.
I was gonna say I'll take it too. No biggie.
Yeah.
I'll
Whatever
say I
happens,
take
whatever
harm.
bad thing happens is going to happen to Klaxon. But
I really
you
don't
choose
want to
what it is.
make noise, so
Yeah.
I'll say I take harm and an ally takes harm.
Okay. So, what harm are you dealing?
Punching. I don't know.
A number? Do you have an unarmed or something? Okay. Does your
Well,
fist do anything additional?
Yeah, my arm gives me +2 harm
Okay.
when I'm relying on physical strength, and then I assume a punch does 1 harm.
Yeah. Punch would just be base 1 harm.
Okay, so then
that's
3.
+2, so 3, and then you're a small gang, so that's 4.
Yeah.
All right, so you're doing 4 harm with a single punch.
My
Cool.
hand is a robot.
Is robot. So your hand is robot, and you come lunging across the table, going to swing. Ricky does manage to pull out a gold-plated pistol. It's not real gold. From his side, and lets loose a couple of. Well, no. It's gonna be quiet.
It's a silenced pistol.
It's a silenced pistol. It was just like a quick, like, pew pew as he fires really quickly, but you feel the pain as it hits you, and then just punch him straight in the nose. You hear a crack, and he just goes flipping end over end backwards and slams against the floor, out cold, just out. And the 2 of you that get hit, Choke and Klaxon, for that, I'd say is 2 harm.
I have 2 armor.
So you take none. But I'm gonna have you guys roll the harm move for that. So Choke, you get to roll +0 minus whatever else you got, and Klaxon, you roll plus whatever harm you took.
But I get a
+0.
minus.
Do you also have 2 harm, Klaxon?
Yeah,
Or
I
2
have
armor.
2 armor.
Okay, so also +0.
Ooh. Okay, I rolled a 4.
Oh, there's a
Okay.
harm roll somewhere.
It's right under the harm clock. You can click roll harm.
Ooh, neat. Oh, there it is. Bam. And go. I said go. Okay, there it is. Oh,
Just 6.
Oh wait,
All
that's
right,
good
so-
for this though.
Yeah, you guys are both
oh,
good.
oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, you both rolled 6 or less, so no additional effect. You both take the shots. They both hit your plating, whatever you got. You see like a little hole in your jacket, but otherwise you're good. And Ricky is out.
What a tool.
Yeah, I didn't really like him.
He was an asshole. Okay, well, he's out. What do we do with the rest of these pricks?
See how much of the stuff we can get before they find us.
I like that plan.
Good plan.
Right? Are we being stealthy or just brazenly being like, oh, Ricky needed a coffee. We'll be right back.
I mean, is the stuff here?
Don't know where else it would be.
Or do we snatch Ricky and bail and then hold Ricky for ransom for the stuff? I mean, this...
We're here, but I guess, well, I mean, we're here.
I think we should take as much stuff as we can and then take Ricky with us.
Okay, we
Okay.
could do both.
I like both of those. Yeah. Do you have anything to tie him up? Maybe to a chair or something.
We have computer cords.
Yeah.
Great.
He's
Can't,
not going to be using his laptop anytime soon.
Can't imagine we don't have some zip ties or something somewhere.
Yeah, you tie him up. You pull Ricky up there. He's still unconscious. The cybernetic plating that he has on the front of his face is like dented from the force of Choke's punch. You can just see like a couple of very like perfect finger impressions in his forehead. And yeah, you tie him up. You have the door that leads out to the hallway where you know that one of his goons just went to watch the front door. There is also another door in this office that probably leads directly to the room next to it. That back room you haven't been into yet.
I like put him in a corner behind some stuff.
Sure.
Ooh, put him right behind that door.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys gonna go explore the rest of the building?
Quickly.
All right. So you shove Ricky into the corner, and you go through.
Ricky in a corner.
You go, except for you guys. You, instead of going back out where you know the other guard is, you go through the door in this office that adjoins these two rooms. As you head in, you can see a large space. Again, probably some sort of office space that has just been completely gutted out. There are a couple of support beams in the center of the room, or near the center of the room, and but otherwise everything has just been taken. It's just like concrete floor. The drop ceiling has been gutted out, so you can just see wires and things kind of bundled together and running along the ceiling, and a couple of hanging fluorescent lights. There are not 20 other people in here. There's one other person in here who is currently working at a large workbench. You can see the equipment that Clarity picked up on her hacking into this facility, and it looks like sort of a weapon chop shop in here. You can see some presumably stolen equipment, some Aegis tech, as well as some other various tech that has been chopped and pulled apart from other devices. And in fact, you see in one corner of the room a Aegis personnel exosuit that has been fully gutted and like pulled apart, all the weapons stripped from it, the plating laid across a couple of tables. They've pulled this whole thing apart and we're gutting it for pieces. But they were that is a very high-tech piece of technology that they are currently messing with. But in the back of the room, there is it seems like the whole like last third of this has been fenced across. And there is looks like a concrete wall, a electrified fencing piece that's been placed in front of it. At the center of the wall, it looks like a big vault door.
Are we sneaking? Are we bullshitting? Or are we just knocking this guy out?
Yeah, the guy currently has like a welder's mask on and is currently working on something on the table. Doesn't seem to have noticed you yet.
I don't know if we can sneak that open. Sneak up behind him. And he's not a problem.
You are the expert.
Pull out the chain.
Okay, there's not going to be a roll for this because they're completely unaware of you.
Sucker
you didn't
him.
make any noise in the private. You just sucker him. And
I won't. My
non-lethal?
chain will let me do S harm. Can I just knock him out and not just like
Yes.
completely take his head off? He's
Yep.
just working.
You can. Yeah, you before they even have a chance to realize you've wrapped the chain around the neck, they kind of pull at it for a second. But true to her name, chokes them out. And
Wrap it right back up.
yeah.
See, this is what you do. You surround yourself with people who do good things. So I've always lived my life. Christmas time.
Do you think it's got a key?
The big scary vault part? Maybe.
No,
we,
the back door. Yes, the vault.
Do you want to go pat down Ricky?
Sure.
I mean, you all have already done your part. I seem to have just been fucking everything up tonight, but I can pat someone down. I'm fairly good at that. I'll be right back.
Maybe bring him here?
You like look at her extremely long fingernails.
Yeah, no. And he kind of like was saying it to choke. Like
I'll get him.
that way too, if his goon comes back in, you guys can do something about that.
Okay.
Clarity, what do you make of this? Is this mechanical or is it something you can hack?
The door?
Yeah, the vault.
When I looked at their system earlier, did I see if the door was mechanical or like did I see the door as a something I could hack? Or is it purely mechanical?
Yeah, I think looking at the door, it was not on the network, so you're gathering it as probably not a not something you can hack. It's old school tech.
Yeah, I don't think I can hack that. It's just a normal vault. Unless something real crazy has happened to technology the past few years.
Okay.
All right, I'll pat him down. Sure.
And
I want to find his toothpicks too. Pat him around. Look for a key.
Okay. So the you pat him down, look for a key. I think you do find a key, and we'll just kind of expedite the process. You find a key for it, and that does look like it goes to the safe. However, the key is only part of the locking mechanism of the safe. There is also like a combination lock to it as well.
okay, so
He got a phone or something. Check his notes.
dude, she's sharpening her claws on my tack vest.
Oh, Kitty, no.
Kitty, no.
I mean, it's got mesh. It's perfect for it. Hi, Punky. Yeah. I love you too.
Does he have a phone? I take his phone out and I check the notepad to see if he saved the combination in there, like a dingus.
Oh,
He has a data pad. It is the data pad is locked.
up there.
Can you open this?
Try 6969.
There's no
Just
way.
try
right?
it. Just try it.
6, 9, 6, 9.
It opens, but only because that was the combination that I was thinking of. I was going to make a joke about when you did it. So the fact that you just guessed it,
Yes. Yes.
it opens.
Ricky, you son of a bitch. Start looking through his stuff. Safe combination, secret password,
There's a note.
folder labeled don't look,
There's a note in
folder
the
labeled porn that's actually passwords.
Yeah.
yeah. There's a note in under some of the files in the data pad, and it's just like passwords and shit. You do find a vault combination
This
there
motherfucker.
because it makes sense that they would do that based on how we set up this character. I can't not let this work.
6, 9, 4, 20.
Yeah, 69 4 20 is the combination
Exactly,
to the safe. God. Fucking
Cheers, Ricky.
Steele. You get the
Hey.
combination.
Click.
You get the
Terrible.
combination put into the safe, and you unlock it, pull the big vault door open. Not too much trouble for Choke, and you can see inside just a horde of stolen tech and gear. But right there's a couple of like nondescript boxes and like weapons and stuff stashed around the room. But at the center of the room are 3 large crates. 2 of them stacked up onto a like a trolley. The other one that has been kind of offloaded and opened up onto the floor. And the big stamps on the side of these black metal crates says scooters.
Got it.
Excellent.
Right?
Cool.
Is there a
Take 'em to the
way
van.
for the van to come around to the back entrance, or is there a back entrance? Or
The front door is the only entrance.
cool.
Cool. Take them out, put them in the van. If anybody comes around, act like you're supposed to be doing it.
You do know there's
With the
one...
drone strike and everything, Ricky wanted this moved as quickly as possible.
Yeah, you know there's one other gang member, the only other one that you've seen in here that's by the front door right now.
Ah, shit.
Okay. Well, no, this could still work. It has to work. We'll try. Look scared and pissed off. Choke, you can just look pissed off if you want.
Okay, I don't really do scared well.
That's fine. We did more digging, and they're fucking on their way, and we've got to get all this shit out of here as soon as possible. That's your motivation, okay? Ready? Scared faces? Let me see them. Or pissed. Choke, you're natural. Okay, let's do this. We'll just storm out.
All right, are you bringing the scooter stuff with you as you go?
It's our main goal, so yeah.
Okay.
Should get at least one arm load out, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Can we take it all?
You probably you have the one hand truck here which you can use to get the crates for scooter. It would take more than one trip to get the rest of the things. You could probably grab a few stuff, a few things if you needed to, just by hand. But
Wait.
How easy would it be let's keep your hands clear so you can take care of her. With the hand truck, can the rest of us at least get scooter shit out?
What if, since there's only 3 of them, instead of taking Scooter shit and leaving the rest, take the 3 of them, lock the door, dump them somewhere, come back and take everything?
You think outside of the box, and I really appreciate that about you.
No, I'm very specifically thinking about what's inside the box.
Right, of course. Yeah,
I want
I'm
it.
fully on board with this.
Got to. Let's grab one more in the key.
All right.
all right. Okay. You head to. So you're just going straight at this person to go knock her out?
I think we can approach with the, oh shit, we've got to go, and then once we get up to her, we can knock her out.
Okay. So you come approaching. So Impulse, you'd say your thing is you're walking up with Choke right behind you.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're fucked. So, Freak says we've got to get this shit out as soon as possible. Let's go.
What's going
Just
on?
keep making our way toward her.
Wait, hold on. What's happening? Where's Ricky?
Bad trace.
Why were you
Bad
back
trace.
there? What? Back.
Just keep
trace
going down the hallway.
I don't. Okay, you're like right upon her right now.
Yeah. Is Choke there too?
Yep.
Yeah. I was just waiting to see if you were going to say anything else for a sucker puncher.
No, just
no,
go
no.
and do it. There's nothing important here.
No,
Great, I just
no-
punch her in the side of the head.
All right, yeah, I'm not gonna make you roll for it. She's too thrown off right now, and you just bap punch her in the face.
Okay.
Her
I
head
told you we had
cracks
to
back
go.
against the wall, and yeah, you've got 3 unconscious people now. So you take the 3 of them, and what are you doing with the body? You're just stacking them somewhere while you guys clean out the safe.
Like, lock them in somewhere. Or we could take a
mean,
ride
there's-
around the block, send them somewhere else.
I mean, we can just put them in the office or the vault.
I was about to say, we could lock them in their own vault.
And then call the authorities on them.
Yeah.
So they don't starve to death. Alright.
No, I mean, we could call Aegeus. and leave some of their Aegeus's bits here,
Oh,
and
busted
we'll never,
shit.
yeah, we'll never see Ricky again.
That's cold.
Well, you know, I don't like Aegeus.
That'd be worse
I don't
than
like
killing
Ricky.
them.
Yeah,
I
I
like
prefer
all
that
of
to,
you. So yes, let's do this.
I prefer that to them starving to death slowly in the vault.
They'll be perfectly well taken care of in prison.
I doubt that's true. All right, I'm gonna pile them up in a corner of the vault.
Yeah, they're not going to prison, guys. You go ahead and load them up in the vault. You pull everything out of it. What are you leaving behind? Just like nondescript stuff? Or are you gonna like leave the exosuit? Or like
Well,
what do
you
you guys?
said that the exosuit was there, so I mean, and that's a big one. So
Yeah,
Because they've already like
imagine-
stripped it, right?
they stripped a lot of stuff out of it, so you could take it and all the parts and try to put them together somewhere else if you wanted to try to keep it. But that is a big piece of Aegis tech that is gonna be pretty obvious.
Probably leave that one.
That is probably the thing that if they came here and found, they'd be most pissed off about.
that's what Klaxon was figuring. So
Okay. So you pull everything else out, load them in the vault, shut it behind you, and you take all of your stuff down the block to the van, loading it all up in the back. It's a lot. It's gonna be kind of tight as you guys. I think Klaxon, Impulse in the front seat, and like Clarity and Choke in the back, like trying like holding onto boxes and in
I
weird
told you one of you
positions.
could sit in my lap.
We're double buckled in like the one seat right by the window.
Yeah. And
You know, when your dad goes to Home Depot and gets way too much stuff, it's just like, God
Yes.
damn it, not again.
Yeah.
You were not thinking about this when we went on this trip, were you?
And then I assume what Clarity sends an anonymous tip to the Aegis, the Aegis system or their
Yeah.
network, and drop a pin. Okay,
There we go.
guys, all go zooming off with all of this illicit cargo.
This is so cold. Oh my god.
No,
With
fuck Ricky Steele.
with
That's
the,
true. I mean,
Ricky
he can
Steele
go fuck himself.
Screw that
And his-
guy.
2 surviving hench people, bound to
Mess
be
with
Had a
Bull.
bad night.
yeah.
We've had a real rough one.
That's what
Yep.
happens when you steal from my friends.
And it's about to get worse for them as Aegis is likely about to arrive in the next 30 minutes or so. All right. You guys, well, let's just cut to you guys getting back to Scooter with all of their
I have a
stuff.
question.
And, yeah.
So it's not all Scooter's stuff though, right?
No. Just the
Can we
just
have,
the
like,
crates.
Scooter gets back his stuff.
Can we
And
just,
maybe
like,
a little bit extra just to make him happy.
Just want to make sure we like swing by the garage, drop off like most of the stuff that's not Scooter's, leave like
Yeah.
one nice box of grenades, and then like all of his stuff.
Okay.
Sweetening
Hand
the
that to
deal.
him.
Yeah, you head, so you drop off the stuff you want, then head across the street to Scooters with their, you don't even need to go with the truck, you could just walk across with the hand truck. And as you come into Scooter's store, the bell ringing on the door, and there's all the shit mounted around the walls. He comes back around, he says, "Oh God, I need to make him not sound like Ricky." Because I realized I backed myself into a corner putting these 2 characters in the same episode. Says, "Yo, welcome back to Scoot. Oh, hey guys, what? You found it?
Your birthday came early.
Holy shit! I can't believe you found it." Also, he comes running up and like opens up the. Is it all here?
Should be.
That's all we found. And one extra, just for fun.
Dude, and it goes up to Klaxon, like claps his arm and says, "Thank you. This helps so much. I appreciate. I got your shit in the back right away. Just wheel it over there in the corner, and I'll get it to you. Just awesome. It goes running into the back. And comes back out, gives you guys, lays out on the counter the gear that you had requested. Got a big fuck off sniper rifle for Choke. Klaxon, you were getting. I don't remember the rest. I know Clarity got a knife. I know Choke got a sniper rifle. I don't remember what happened in between.
I got an armored coat.
Armored coat. That's right.
Basically, a chappy bot, a medium-sized drone.
Right. You
It's
got
like
a new
a, like
drone.
a people. He's a people type drone.
Okay. I don't know what did you pick out the details and stuff for that already?
Yeah. So quadruped, medium, fast, stealthy, has sonar and jamming. Unfortunately, its weakness is loose encryption, so it's not as solid state as my other two.
Okay.
My other two drones, like, because
Okay.
my stuff is all encrypted because it's military, and
Mhm.
so this one not as tight.
Might be easier to hack into.
Yep.
Okay. Cool. So yeah, you get all of that and a chappy. And Scooter says, "Well, I like I said, can't say thank you enough. You use all you get. Nope, not going to do the use. That was what he did. That's Ricky. Anything you need, anything at all. You just let me know. Gonna give you a good discount, good deal. All right.
Love you, Scoots.
Love you too, man. Knuckles.
Just when we find out that Ricky was like Scooter's shitty cousin, that's why they sound alike.
Yeah.
Big family fallout.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that's why
Real touchy.
Ricky stole from him in the first place.
Yeah.
Oh, what a mess.
It's a
Sons of
whole
Anarchy
Never do
thing.
business with
episode.
family.
All right, you guys got your shit. All your new fun toys. As far as the other stuff that you stole, what I will say, we'll just count that as an additional gear for all of you. So
Oh, so like everybody one gear?
everybody gets one gear. So you can use that however you want to get something.
Sweet.
So you all head back to the workshop. All of your side quests are all but one of your side quests are completed. Forgot about the date. What would y'all like to do?
Random mechanics question. I have armored clothing, which is it's 0 armor, but it's like I take a -1 on the harm move. Can I wear that with the actually armored coat over it, which just is a +1 to my armor?
Sure. Yeah, because they don't stack the same benefit. So yeah, you could wear both.
Sweet.
You couldn't wear like a +1 armored vest with like a +2 armored suit or something like that.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I'm cool with that.
Sweet.
So, you also all get 1 XP for this too. Should have mentioned that as well. So you've completed this mission. You can either move on to doing looking into more of what happened in your last mission, do more there, or you can go hit the streets and try to find a new job.
I also leveled up because I suck.
Nice. So I can let you guys think about it a little bit because it's about break time. So if you guys want a few minutes to think it over, decide what you want to do, we'll go and take our break here and come back for whatever you guys want to do next.
Before we go, when we talk about it, we might also want to revisit the idea of laying low now that we have more money. So
yeah, that's another option. So yeah, think about that. But it's about that time. So let's go ahead and take our break here. We'll be back in a couple of minutes, everyone, to continue this session and see what you guys decide to do next. So stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone. Thanks for hanging out with us on our break. We're all refreshed and raring to go for the second half of our stream here. So let's get to it. You have successfully completed your job for Scooter, scored a bunch of sick gear in the process, and you have a choice to make. You have, we were discussing potentially laying low, trying to reduce some of your corporate clocks. Also potentially working the continue to work this job that you had before, which we deemed Operation Inevitable Violence, where you found out that you had been unwittingly involved in a murder cover-up, or you could hit the streets and try to find a new job. Some sort of, I've got a couple that you could potentially get into. So what would you guys like to do? Do you want me to remind you on what the laying low, how that works?
Not for me, but for the audience, of course. That'd be great for you.
I have it pulled up.
Yeah, so when you lay low, you want to, when everybody goes to ground until the heat dies down, every character pays half their cred, or 5, whichever is greater. So you need to pay at least 5 cred. And all the corporate clocks are reduced by 1.
You said what you said.
Uh-huh.
What do you guys think about that?
So I'll take us to the corporate clocks page for the audience to see where we are at. So right now you have 2 clocks that are at 0. You have nothing, or I guess, sorry, at noon. You have nothing going on there. Omnitrust, you're at 1500. You have 2 ticks on the IDIS clock, and the Catechism clock is the one that is really up there.
And it's
right
every
now.
corporate clock, right?
Yeah, it's everyone. So you're not going to get any benefit from the Aries Aegis or the Soma clock, but you will for the other 3. Now, I will also go ahead and let you guys know. So you pulled that information on like what's going on with Catechism and what they know about you. They are currently trying to pull information on your group. There are a couple of feelers that are out there, a couple of contracts that have been put out, some bounties that are put in place for information. They don't know who you are. They aren't actively hunting you yet, but they are seeking information on the 4 of you.
Can we maybe do like one more little job? I mean, that's a lot of lost income. I'm just saying.
I guess. One that's not actively.
Yeah, that would take me down to like 3 cred.
Yeah. So I guess we could stake some cred on one more job as long as it's staying as far away from Catechism as possible. Have a little bit more in the tank. And then lay low for a bit.
I'm alright with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know I get bored anyway.
Particularly since we got all these new toys.
True.
One more job. Isn't that what they always say? One more job?
One last job.
All right.
Boss troll? Just
Oh, thank you.
Just one more job.
One last job. So let me do this. All right. So you guys are going to go look for a new job so you can stake some cred on, make some quick money, hopefully.
Something simple.
and then, you know, lay low and look up more information about some of this other stuff, you know.
Okay. Trying to decide how I want to do this, because like I said, I've got a couple that we could potentially pursue. And I'm deciding whether I want to give you guys, just give you the 3 of them and let you guys decide. You all into that, or do you want me to just pick one?
Sure.
Okay.
can
I'll do
look
that
through.
then.
Choices is always good.
Yeah.
Troll the feeds.
So what I'm going to actually preemptively do is have, this isn't really how it works, but, no, actually, no, we'll do it this way. I'm just going to give it to you guys, and then you guys can make your decision, because that'll be more interesting. So you hit the web, go to some contacts, get a little bit of information on some potential jobs. First one that you find, say probably one of, God, I just looked at Sid.
They're reading glasses.
Yes.
He's very, very farsighted.
You find a contact that is looking for essentially it's a heist, stealing some high-end tech from a transport train running outside the kind of the San Andreas, or no, that's the San Angeles area. So that's one high-speed train that has its route that goes past or through the city. The second one, I'd say Clarity is probably the one that finds this. This is a mission or a job, a contract that's been picked up by Oracle, and they are looking for somebody competent, a competent hacker, to lead this mission, to pick it up. It would be the details you get on it up front would be it involves some VR tech, and some data mining. And the third mission is actually a what's the word I want to use for this? It's actually an offer that is made for Choke. Specifically, she has been offered a a fight card, essentially, at an upcoming tournament or fight night that is to occur at the Chasm, sponsored by IDIS. And you have been requested as a fighter in this match. So first one would be a heist. Second one would be a mission kind of gearing towards Clarity and some hacker stuff. Third mission is a Choke fighting mission.
Pretty open to any of these.
I don't know. I mean, if they're as simple as they sound, we might be able to knock out more than one.
I don't see any of them that cross paths in an interesting way. So, just start down the list. See where we get to.
Starting with a train heist.
I think that one's going to be the most complicated.
Starting with get some intel on who Choke is supposed to fight.
Prop's a good idea.
I mean, that one can't take too long, right?
No, I think, yeah, Choke could probably knock him out pretty quick.
Let's get intel and see what it looks like.
Okay.
She doesn't usually smile, but there's just this little, just like one corner of her mouth just turns up just a little bit.
Made Choke
Sure.
happy, see?
So Chuck, who do you normally work with? Who's your promoter? for Idis?
Oh, that's a good question, huh? I did have the spot on my sheet that said IDIS manager question mark
Well, good.
and
Let's fill
nothing
that
else under my contacts. I'm so bad at coming up with stuff on the spot. I think it's probably for anybody to work with her, they've got to be like really chill. It's like anybody who's like even remotely a hard ass, she's like, I'm not doing it. Like you
Okay.
know, you know what to do. While I am pulling up fantasy name generator over here, we had a redemption in the chat for a payday.
in. Awesome.
Oh, it's free.
Oh, well, there you go.
Thanks. Here.
So what, that's gear for you?
Yeah, so gear for me. Let's see. Her name is Claire Bolton.
Okay. Can
And-
we do a different first name since we already have a Clarity? on the
I
crew?
already forgot. We call her Claire sometimes.
Yeah.
Gemma.
That's good.
All right, Gemma Bolton. She is your IDIS fight manager.
Yeah, and she's like in the talent department. She's kind of like a talent agent. But instead of having her own agency, she works for IDIS, and she is a patient soul.
Okay. All right. All right. So you get a call from Gemma. Not out of the ordinary. Usually calls to set up some fights with you, and she comes up on your personal data pad.
Right on cue. Answer. Gemma.
Oh, hey, Choke. How's it hanging?
It's hanging.
Good. Might have something for you. You in town?
Yeah.
All right. This one's going to be a little... Well, I've got a fight for you. It's, well, it's not your typical gig.
What does that mean?
Well, we're trying out some new stuff. See if we can boost the ratings a bit. We were looking for some... Well, I'll just cut to the chase. IDIS is getting into trying to corner the market in some new high-end battle tech fighting. How else do I frame it? They're calling it Mech Brawl. It's a whole thing. It's basically utilizing like retired or non-military grade exosuits for high-profile fights. You know, it's a whole thing. Like I said, not really your typical deal, but we threw some names around for the title match of this kind of small opening bout, and I threw yours in as a potential contender, and well, it's yours if you want it.
Oh boy. Is this the kind of thing I have to like, what is it, jack into or whatever? I don't have the
interface.
interface.
It helps if you can. If not, we can make some modifications. So that's going to be the hard part here is getting the gear for the fight. Most competitors bring their own. So I can provide a small loan, get you the basic frame for it. But if you're wanting to put up a decent tussle, then you might have to invest a little bit on this.
Okay. What's the payout?
Pretty good. I mean, it's well, they're looking forward to seeing you in there. I mean, we're gonna have to negotiate a bit. You haven't been as active in the circuit lately, so I don't know how much weight your name carries with it. But I know there's a pretty good crowd of people that want to see Choke back in the ring.
Okay.
All right, I'll send you the details. You can talk through. I don't know if you've got a team or anything.
Yeah, I got a couple of people. Got some gear lying about.
I'll send you the deets on who you're fighting, and I'll have the frame delivered to whatever gym you're currently working out of, and well, you let me know if I need anything. I'll start working on the promotion for it.
Yeah, okay.
Cool. Good talking to you, Choke, and good luck. Talk soon.
Yep.
So I'm going to go ahead and have you roll to get the job. So roll edge.
Okay. I'm okay at that one. Sometimes. It's a 6.
All right.
Is there any way we can help?
Yeah, you guys could help to try to bring that to a 7.
Okay.
I had a +1.
If you can think of a way that you can potentially contribute.
Yeah, she gets it sent over, and it's just like, I don't know, I'm offended by what they're asking. It's like, no. They came to you, all right? So if they come to you, you have them buy. Here. Let me just respond. And I'll try to roll and help.
Okay.
Choke's PR team.
Yes.
Roll plus
links.
Roll plus your links.
Okay. That's an 11.
All right, it's 11. So you get a +1 to the roll, which will put you at a 7. So you can choose one thing from that list.
Okay. Pays well? What do you guys
All
think?
right. Oh, sorry. I didn't
Wait,
know if
I'm asking.
Yeah.
Pays well or doesn't attract attention?
I mean, it's going to be on television, so I don't know if we can even really say that it wouldn't attract attention. So
Kinda
pays
the
well.
opposite. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'll say
all
the
right.
job pays well.
Job pays well. Okay. Well, you have the details sent to you. It's a bit scarce. Let's see. All you get is the date and time of the fight, which will give it probably about a week. You're given the exosuit, which is just a bare bones interface that'll need to be kitted out, and you know the person that you are going up against. It's a fighter named Titanium. And that's it. So the job here, we'll go ahead and you guys can state cred. When you accept the mission, you mark experience, so you guys get that. the legwork phase for this is as you decide, you gather gear and decide the nature of the fight, or get prepared for the fight. Once you are ready to do that, you will mark experience. After the fight, if you succeed or fail, you'll mark experience. Then once the mission, the job is complete, you mark experience for that. So what would you like to do?
Well, I'll probably take that information to Clarity and ask her very nicely if she can figure out who this person is.
Yeah, I can look that up. Let's see what we can do.
All right. Let's go ahead and have you roll to research. I assume you're just going on the internet, doing a Google search. Yeah.
Bring her a cup of noodles.
Thank you. Okay, let's roll to research. That's +2. That is 9.
9. I think you get to ask. All right. When you investigate person, place, or object on a 9, you take intel, and I answer your question. So, what is your question?
Who is Choke fighting?
Okay. So the fighter known as Titanium is a up and comer in the fighting circuit, but they have been more exclusively geared towards these mech brawls. That is where they started, and unlike you, Choke, they've put in a fair number of fights here. This mech exosuit brawling is something that has not been super popular. It has not really had a foothold here in San Angeles until recently. So you gather that they are not from the San Angeles area, that they came from somewhere else where this fighting has been going on for a little bit longer. They are currently undefeated. Fight record of 25 wins, 0 losses. And yeah, I think that's about what you get with the one question.
Out to be 25 wins, 1 losses.
I mean, undefeated is nothing to sneeze at, but 25 fights is, so.
How many do you have under your belt?
Choke just like as she's going through, because I think it's probably like gonna go work out 7 or 8 times every day. Just kind of like takes off her jacket and turns around, and her back and shoulders and like the backs of her arms are just covered in these tattoos of hash marks.
Quick math.
Probably like 200.
Carry the 1. Okay.
Well, it's kind of halfway through.
Did those all result in kills, or those just
No.
outs? Okay.
Some.
I figured as much. Impressive. So you're definitely the underdog, at least in the eyes of, whoa, this mech community thing.
Okay.
We could work that to our advantage.
I'm also old as far as they're concerned.
Even better. Everyone loves an underdog story. Plus, we could get at least 4-1 on betting on you as well.
True.
Little extra credit on the side.
I can't technically bet on myself.
Oh, we'll bet for you. It'll be fine.
Okay. What are we gonna do with this rig?
We'll put a cat in it.
That seems unnecessarily complex.
But unexpected.
The warehouse is crawling with them today.
Clary, have you been feeding the cats again?
Maybe.
What do I know about these exosuits? I mean, did we transport / use them at all in my time?
Is a good question. Do you think that's something that Claxon would have had a lot of first-hand experience in, or something that they might just know people that had more experience with those?
Probably the same kind of wetware, cybernetics to run the dang things as drones. So they maybe. I would say it's probably 60 or 70% chance that, if nothing else, he transported them.
Okay. So you know that the base model for these exosuits, they've been used for a little while by Ares Aegis. They're expensive to make, so it's not like an infantry soldier sort of thing. It's usually something like special ops. They try to use them sparingly because usually one side uses an exosuit, other side starts using them, and it just gets expensive. So they're usually used for quick in and outs, wet work, that sort of stuff. Highly lethal, usually outfitted with state-of-the-art technology, especially used for the termination of human life. They range from different sorts of varieties. I mean, their biggest sort of appeal, besides just generally being able to protect and enhance the abilities of the pilot, is that they can be outfitted with all sorts of different tech, cloaking tech, different types of weaponry, stealth technology, that sort of stuff. But yeah, they're human-sized. Usually, I mean, again, the designs vary, but the base technology has stayed the same over the years.
So, the reason there's a person in there instead of a drone with like my kind of rig is
usually because they
can't be hacked, or
usually because they rely on a direct neural interface. They find, and you probably experience this too, is that with remote drone interfaces, there's usually a lag time to it, and while that's okay with something like a drone shooting at people and stuff like that, where there's a little bit of area for or a little bit of room for error, usually when they're sending in these mech suits, they're looking for a little more precision, and usually having a highly trained, highly augmented person inside of there is a better bet.
I relay all that via clips or whatever, PowerPoint kind of thing, and whatever we can in the classroom of our office.
But you do know, from a standpoint, is usually it is standard operating procedure that the person inside the suit has a neural interface. That is what allows them to utilize the suit's full potential. Choke not having a neural interface being in there would put her at a huge disadvantage against someone who does.
So, how are we going to even the odds? And do you want to go under the knife? Get some implants?
I really don't know if I want to put one of those things in my head.
Would there be a way, would there be a workaround with the mechanics of her arm instead? You know, instead of it being here, it's something like muscle memory in the robot arm? I have no idea how to use any of this technology. I'm just spitballing here.
Yeah, I don't know. That'd be something we could look into.
Yeah, I mean, there's the possibility there. You could interface with the cybernetics of her arm, like the arm of the machine could interface with the arm of her suit. That would give her
one extremely good arm.
You could have one very good arm, or you could replace all of your limbs with cybernetic limbs, and interface that way. That's probably what they used to do with these machines, is something along those lines before they cracked the technology of neural interfacing, because that was just easier to, once the brain is hacked in, then everything else is a lot easier to do.
Well, I can't afford 2 legs and another arm. So
They mentioned something about a loan. Is that something you feel comfortable with?
I don't know.
Is there a way we could, I mean, betwixt my drone rig and Claire
And that cat, and
cat, yeah, and this cat that we're gonna put in the suit.
I told you not to feed them.
Between, say, you know, we give her some kind of external visor interface or whatever, maybe between Clarity and I, we can make a workaround.
Like something temporary.
like, just externally connected.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, maybe it won't give you an advantage, but maybe it'll even the odds.
If we can even the odds, I can almost guarantee I'm a better fighter than this guy. So
Including the arm? I mean, if we could get something like that and then also get your arm hooked up, I mean, you'll have a great right hook.
One punch robot.
Sometimes one punch is all it takes.
yeah. Okay.
I want to get more info on this titanium too. Like, we need to get inside this fucker's head. See what makes him tick. Or just any sort of dirt.
If you can find any footage of him fighting.
I think I might know someone.
Do we even know if it's a he?
No. Claire, do we? No? They just go by the name? I'm going
I thought
to...
Sean said he, that's why I said that.
Uh-oh.
I don't think I did.
I don't know. Fine.
I'm going to regret opening up this line of communication because he's never going to stop calling me for a while after this. I would like to declare a contact.
Okay. New X for Impulse.
Yep. I already picked his name, in fact. His name is Lance Kensington.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
He is actually a fairly well-known, I guess, sportscaster, with the broadest sense of the term of sports.
Okay.
And he also does some announcing for IDIS Brawls. And he's still madly in love with Impulse, and she has to just block his calls occasionally. But, you know, he's good for information sometimes.
Okay. Does he know you as Impulse or as...
Oh, shit, yeah, he does know me as Merrily.
Merrily.
All right, one sec.
Cool. Oh, okay. There we go.
We're good.
Perfect. So you merrily give Lance Kensington a call. Video monitor comes up and you see Lance there. God, I'm just imagining.
I gave
like
you
just,
so much with the name. Like, just
I
go
know,
with the name.
I'm just imagining a very thick-necked, shaved head, wearing, probably just got off like a broadcast or something, so it has like the Oxford and the tie and the sports jacket, and is, pulls it up and gives a big television smile and says, "Mary, baby, how's it going?"
Lance, good to see you.
Always wonderful seeing you, darling. How can I help?
Oh, well, you know me. I'm just gonna cut to business. I hear you might be announcing a real big fight coming up soon. Some mechs involved. Sounds sexy.
No, that was supposed to be under wraps. How did you hear about that?
I know everything, darling. You know this by now.
Yeah, I do. Well, yes, I am going to be involved in the in broadcasting this event. Why were you looking to attend?
Well, I would love that, but really, you know me, no sore story. They're kind of keeping it hush hush as to, you know, who's competing, like something about them. I was thinking, sort of like a human relations piece, and you just really get to know these fighters and how they got here, and you know what brought them to this point. And yeah, I think the public will really love it.
I see. You're looking for an inside scoop on the combatants. I might know a few things.
I thought you might.
I'm gonna have you roll to hit the street.
And I just upped my style, so hopefully that helps, because I've
Cool.
been rolling like shit.
I don't know what it is, Sean, but this voice that you were doing is like viscerally upsetting to me. I hate this guy.
You're welcome. That's what I was going
Sitting
for.
here like,
He's a serial
To be fair,
killer.
she hates him too, so
just
the worst.
He's got a body in
American
his basement.
Psycho 2.
Yeah. That's really what
He's
this
really
is.
into Huey Lewis in the news. Okay.
Yeah. I think it's their best album.
Oh God, put down the axe, Lance. Okay. That's a 12.
12. That is fantastic. So, you get what you want, and you get a little
Alright.
something extra. So you can either get additional intel or gear. Well, what are you going to choose there? Because that might influence this conversation too.
I already have 2 gear just sitting there, and I know you guys, we all got some gear, so probably intel.
Yeah, which spending
we
that
went
gear
up
for this mission might be a good call.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have 2 as well, so.
And I've got 2.
Intel?
Do we want to do intel? Okay, we'll grab another intel.
Okay. So because I'll let you guys know too. I think what I'm going to do with gear is essentially let you spend gear to increase like the armor or the damage output for the machine.
Cool.
Right now you're sitting at a base like 0-0 sort of thing, and we'll go up from there. So just keeping that in mind. So the he thinks for a moment. He says, "Well, I've never been able to say no to you, so of course
Oh, I know.
I'll help you out there." The combatants that I've been made aware of are the title card match, as I'm assuming what you're asking about, is
Only the best.
one of the contestants is one of our locals, goes by Choke.
I think I've heard of her.
She's a bit of an unknown in the mech fighting arena, but has turned quite a profit for IDAS in her long tenure with their undercity fighting circuit. Pretty brutal. We'll see how she transfers and transitions to this different style of fighting. The over-under odds aren't quite in her favor in this one.
What would you say they are?
Oh, I'm not prepared for these numbers. They haven't been announced yet. The Vegas odds come out the day of the fight, so
Of
but
course, of
the
course.
early predictions are showing highly favored towards Titanium, who is the other combatant. Now, they've had quite a bit more experience in this game, 25 fights, which is saying something. Most mech combatants don't make it past 4 or 5.
Why's that?
The strain that it takes the system. It's an expensive process, and with the neural interfacing, it can have a bit of feedback. So most of the competitors either retire or die before their 5th fight.
Oh my goodness, that is very brutal and
It is.
quite a way to pick up ratings. I understand.
That it is. I mean, it's the closest thing people get to blood sport in these days.
Of course. Well, there's always Valentine's Day too, but that's beside the point.
Well, yeah.
I mean, anything else about this titanium? I think I've got a little bit of intel on Choke since she's local anyway, but I don't know much about this titanium. Do you know anything about them? Their upbringing? Their well, obviously they're well funded.
Well, that's a bit of the interesting part. So, titanium is didn't originate their career here in San Angeles, and in fact, I don't have much information on their fight record outside of the city. Their 25 fight record has been upon entering the San Angeles circuit, specifically the IDIS fighting circuit. Like I said, they don't make appearances outside of their suit. Most of their conferences have been taking place with their PR specialist doing most of the talking, them standing imposingly off to the side. It's been a bit of a headache for us trying to get any sort of inside scoop or reporting. Haven't been able to get a good interview with them. Biometrics check out. There's no has been any indication of any sort of foul play there. Yes.
You're gonna get me an interview.
Oh. Well, I can't say no to you, but that's a tall order.
You can just try.
Right.
For me.
I'll see what I can do. Maybe somebody who, an outside interview like yourself, somebody not involved in the... Oh, God, I'm just trying to say whether it was ESPN or...
It's like 8 letters now.
I know.
It's ESPN, CNN, ABC, NBC. It's just all of them.
Maybe they'll be more open to an outside interviewer, but I'll see what I can swing. You might have to do some of the legwork yourself there.
That's fine by me, but I'll get the exclusive, and you'll be my very first secondary source to call.
Well, that sounds good to me. We know what we could talk about this more if you'd like to meet over dinner sometime with drinks.
Thank you so much for everything that you do, Lancy.
Right.
You want to get me those tickets, and maybe we can talk at the fight?
Sure. I'll be in contact. You take care now, Mary.
You too, darling. Bye.
Hangs up.
Ugh. God, that son of a bitch. Okay.
All right. So you have your intel, and now I have Lance.
He's the worst.
I love
Now we
him.
all have Lance. Thank you.
We all.
I don't know why I felt like the whole time I had to sit sideways like this when I'm talking. Like it just felt appropriate for some reason.
We'll have to see, Cotton.
Yeah, that's kind of...
Lance turns his chair backwards before sitting in it.
Oh no.
All right. What now?
Oh shit.
I was trying to put a C in front of ESPN, like cyber, but it just comes out being cesspen.
Oh. Yeah, no.
That just sounds gross.
That's not good branding, nah.
I don't know. Figure it out.
CESPN. Cesspen.
Cesspen.
Sounds right.
Okay.
Gross.
Well, it appears that this titanium person may not even be a person. No one's ever fucking seen them. They do all the interviews through their PR, and they never take off the fucking suit.
That doesn't sound right.
No, it does not.
And
I'm
it's-
having Lancey figure out maybe if I can get like an exclusive or something.
Then it's either someone who doesn't hold up the image of a fighter, or it's somebody whose face a lot of people know, in my experience.
That's an interesting take. Like a politician? Like royalty? Like, what are we talking?
I don't know, but somebody who's good at fighting and wants to fight, but doesn't want it attached to the rest of their life.
I could run with this.
It's also a way that if they do get hurt, they can just replace them with somebody else.
Ooh.
Maybe it isn't just one person.
Yeah.
It's a whole
Pirate
team.
Roberts
Roberts.
situation.
Yeah.
Jinx, and he goes to punch Choke, but hits her metal arm, and then
I was just thinking about Klaxon and Choke sitting around like once a week, just like eating popcorn and watching The Princess Bride.
probably
It would be ancient. Like to do a
Yeah, I
100-year-old
know.
movie. Like,
Yeah,
I love it.
It's a classic.
held up through time.
Of course.
Any of those are possible.
Sure. If I could get the interview, I mean, obviously Choke, unless you were disguised, we wouldn't be able to get you in the room. But someone else could come in and maybe we get a peek, or at least more of an insight into who the fuck this is. I want to go back to some of their first fights too.
I was thinking that if you can find footage of their fights like over a period of time, 25 is a lot. If the fighting style changes
Could
drastically,
indicate it's a different person,
and it's not the same
absolutely.
person.
Which I am sure is probably against some of these regulations.
The few that there are.
Well, I also definitely want to work a side angle here, darling. We definitely need to set some things up so that we're betting on you. You know, on the side. Again,
Sure. No pressure.
according to Lance, the Vegas odds won't come out until the day of, but we can keep an eye on those. And again, I'm gonna at least call 4 to 1. That's some serious cred.
If I win.
That was never the question. It's just how and how quickly.
You always know what to say.
That's what they pay me for. All right. Let's see if we can drum up some of this footage. And I'll keep on Lance. Ugh. What else can we do in the meantime?
We gotta put a rig together.
Yeah, Klaxon will start working on that. What do we have for a gear pool for to set you up?
I have 2.
I have 1. So
That's 7?
7. Awesome. All right. Yeah. Okay.
Do I get to keep this?
If you want to
If
do
I
next,
win really good,
this would be if there was more mech fighting in the future, you could continue to use this suit.
okay. Not for like killing.
No.
Okay. That's fine.
We'd cover up the branding just like we do on the van.
There's a big Mickey Mouse logo. There's a big
Yeah.
Mickey Mouse logo on it. So
Well, big ears.
Big ears on it.
yeah.
Okay.
So like 3 armor. Do you want us to build it like a drone? I can do that real quick.
No, we're gonna keep this super basic. Basically, all this is because it's gonna be mixing it up. There's gonna be like the roles for the fighting. which is going to be pretty simple. We're going to play it pretty loose. The fight's not going to go on for a long time. This is mostly on your guys' prep work on what you do to.
Are my stats going to come into this at all, or is this is just purely based on?
No, so it will. So the rolls for the fight will be mix it up with your meat. Yeah, you will be, if you don't find a way to combat the disadvantage from the neural interface, you're going to be at a -1 for your rolls there. And any gear you spend, you can spend to increase the armor up to a 3, and the harm up to 4.
Okay.
That's perfect. We have 7, right?
Yep.
Will
Let's do
my arm, like, if we can, because they were talking about like creating essentially like a temporary interface that would like hook into my brain and my arm, like would that give me the extra harm that my cyber arm gives me?
Yeah, I'd say you can get the extra harm there. That's not going to combat your disadvantage or your -1 on those rolls, but it'll give you some extra stopping power. Have a hell of a right hook.
How much gear would we have to spend to combat it with like the temporary interface?
I would say if you guys, because the interface, there's a couple of components to it, is that you're going to need something that essentially is going to mimic the sort of, it's going to be tough. I'd probably say you could get what you need to with like a good hit the streets roll and maybe spending 2 of your own gear.
Do we go hit up Scooter? Maybe see if we
Scooter's
can
now
get
discounted
that-
goods.
Yeah. See if we can maybe get that down a little bit.
Yeah, you could do that, and I mean, it's going to cost you, I mean, there might be some cred involved with it. Like, you could probably negate the use of gear by spending cred instead. But if you guys want to say some of your gear that you got from the jobs that you've run so far might be able to be repurposed, we could cut down some of that cost using gear.
Are we staking cred on this?
Oh, shoot. Did I not ask that? Yeah. Are you?
I don't think we said how much.
Oh, I just assumed you guys were all going to stake 2. Do you guys to stake more?
2's
Or less?
good.
2. I just
we're doing
assumed you
that.
guys
Getting
were
paid
staking
well.
2. Yeah, you can do
Every
that.
time we get paid, Will.
Sorry, I just wanted to make sure. I realized I hadn't taken it off my sheet, so I wanted to make sure. Okay.
Yeah, that's a good point. Thank you for reminding me.
You're welcome. Okay. I mean, if there's cred involved, I'll pay for it. It's my robot. It's my robot fight. That seems fair.
All right. Klaxon, you wanna? Sorry, I get into that voice. Klaxon, why don't we go talk to Scooter?
Sounds good. Let's do this.
All right. Make it notice something. Okay, you head over to Scooter, and I'm just gonna go ahead and have you roll to hit the street, and we'll see how this conversation goes.
That's a 13.
Wow.
I'm
Okay.
so glad I upped style.
All right, 13. Y'all pop across the street over to Scooter's. As you get inside, he sort of lights up and comes out and says, "Hey, didn't think I'd be seeing y'all so soon. What's up?"
Well. Oh, go ahead, Klaxon. I'm sure you're really excited to talk about this.
Yeah, we're Choke's gonna be in a mech suit fight.
No shit. The mech brawl.
Yeah, taking on Titanium.
I heard about that. That's some big stuff. What you need?
We need to outfit her suit.
Right. I might actually have a few things that can help. I mean, I'm not really in the business of selling for these sorts of things, but I have some things that you could potentially use.
Be especially if there's branding involved.
Yeah, I mean that would be good.
This is a national bout.
Yeah. I mean, if you get the Scooter brand on there, I could probably give you a good discount for that. I mean, I always offered to give you a good, friends and family discount for the good work you did for me. So yeah, I mean, that'd be good. Here, let me show you what I got, and maybe help. And what are you looking for exactly? Just like outfitting for the suit itself, or
The big thing is we need to find a way to get around putting wet work up in her old brain box. Gotta find.
She's more of a purist,
So she don't have the interface.
No.
Ooh, that's gonna be tough. Is she sure she doesn't want to just do that? I got some parts. We could probably get an interface for pretty good, pretty cheap.
It's kind of against her motto, She's very much about it being, really clean.
She religious? Didn't really strike me as the type.
Not in the way that you think. But about this, I would say yes.
Fair enough. To each their own. I mean, you kind of started leaning back at me like, yeah, I've got an aunt who just refuses to do any of it. I mean, it's just doesn't even own a TV. It's kind of unfortunate. I hate going over there, and keeps heading you back into the back room. He says, as far as getting around the interface, it's going to be hard without something that is sort of hardwired in. Can't really make up the difference.
Does have a robot arm.
Okay, so some augmentation there could potentially work with that. It's gonna be difficult and a bit temperamental. I can't promise it's gonna be 100% accurate, but perhaps we could sort of piggyback off of the neural impulses that are transmitted through her the relays in her prosthesis, and I mean, it's going to be like learning a whole new fighting style, so she's going to have to practice with it a bit. It's going to be kind of like, I don't know, can't really trying to do everything backwards. Yeah, I could get you what you need. Jeez. I could probably, you for a fair price, I can get it to you. Say 2 cred.
Looks to Klaxon because she's just been like nodding like a bobblehead as if she knows what the hell he's talking about. So
Yeah, sounds fair, Scoots. I mean, we'll prop you up as best we can with Impulse's branding, and we'll make the gear work.
All right, sounds good. I'll get over what you need as quick as possible, and hopefully it helps if she changes her mind. If she decides she wants to go for the wet tech. I know a guy that can help with that.
Okay. Later, bud.
You too, man. And yeah, within the day, gets over the additional equipment that you need for the neural implant, the non-neural. Okay. So the way that I'm thinking this is going to work is, I was kind of going to base this off the go under the knife move and kind of some of the downsides you get there. Because you're not actually being hardwired in, it's going to be unreliable. You're going to have some risk there. It's not going to be as responsive as you're used to. It's going to take some doing, and basically the entire control system for this is based on the connection you have with your arm. So nothing. It's not like moving your leg and stuff. You're essentially having to learn, like, basically it feels like an entirely new body part attached to your arm.
Leg, arm.
Yeah. Like, I mean, really, if you think about like the Phantom, like you can move your arm in accordance with it. So as you move your right arm, the right arm of the machine moves. but it's like you have another arm, 2 other legs, and a torso all attached to your right arm. It's weird, and it takes like, it's a really jarring experience the first time you connect to it.
Yeah, I mean, I think I just spend like all of my waking hours in it.
Okay.
Except like eating. I don't want to eat in there, but
it's fair.
Crumbs in the soup.
I'll say that will negate the -1, but if things go bad, if you don't roll well during the fight, that could potentially come to bear.
okay.
Plus, your arm also right now is still fucked up.
It hurts me.
You may take some harm from the strain of trying to do things this way.
That's okay.
Okay, so you've got that. You've got the tech. You guys can spend... How much gear are you spending? We'll go ahead and get that out of the way, too. The logistics there.
I mean,
I'm going to spend my 2. Can you not?
if we can make some serious money on this with some betting too, I mean, we'll make our job back and then potentially some betting money too. So I'll give my 2 gear too. Get some cred back, hopefully.
Okay.
Boy, I hope I don't lose this fight.
There had been some talk about getting the fight videos too.
Would we need to hack for those?
Potentially. I mean, it depends on how you want to go about. You know, Clarity could do some research to try to get what's available. Could try to hack in to get some more hidden information and some things that aren't publicly available.
Claire,
Yeah.
you want to find some fight videos?
Sure. Let's see. Do you want like the stuff that's like on YouTube or?
Do I ever come to you for the stuff on YouTube?
Sometimes.
I could find the stuff on YouTube.
I want the good stuff. Give me the good stuff.
Okay, I guess I'm gonna go ahead and hack and see what I can find.
Okay, so we'll probably call this as like hacking into probably like the IDIS servers would be where you'd find this information because they're the ones that distribute the fights. So yeah, we'll go and log in there.
Okay, and I did level up, and now I have +2 synth.
Nice.
Yay!
So let me do that. Someday. Oops. Alright. Did that... Hold on. Did that roll?
Yes.
Okay. It's not showing it for me.
Oh. What's that, a 6?
A 6 plus 2 is an 8.
No, you rolled a 4 plus 2.
Oh, okay.
Oh no.
So then 6.
Okay, is there any way we can help?
Potentially if you can describe a way that you assist with this hack.
I mean, I would say out of anybody, I probably know where to look
Yeah.
for footage of fights, right?
Give some less technical insight. Yeah, that could work.
I'll try.
Okay. Roll plus links.
Because it's plus links, right? Because I have 3 with clarity.
Oh shit, yeah.
Oh, that's a 12.
12 is very good. So you got a +1, so that'll be a 7. So you're in.
I think Choke's just like sitting there quietly, and then all of a sudden it's just like, wait, try here. Just like rattles off this like random database. That's where they used to keep my videos.
So yeah, you're having a hard time getting into the IDIS system, which I think is pretty common. Most of their stuff, like their external facing, like systems and programs and stuff, is all a bunch of Disney bullshit. So it's really hard to like cut through all that to get to the vital
Sorry,
systems.
I'm imagining in Jurassic Park when he's going, It's Mickey going,
Mickey Mouse.
You know, say magic word.
Yeah. So yeah, that's.
I have a cartoon brain that's just immediately what came into it. So continue.
Why are you all so good at Mickey Mouse?
I've had to practice for the eventual part where I have to do an evil monologue as Mickey Mouse when you all go up against him.
I'm your worst nightmare. Oh god.
So you got to pick one from the bad list for login. So either you're being traced, ICE is activated, alert is triggered, or access is restricted.
Being traced.
Okay. +1 trace there.
Okay.
All right.
And then should I roll my mind?
Yeah, that seems like the best thing to do after because it's the easiest way for you to get hold.
That's 5, 6, 7. So I get 1 hold.
Okay.
+1 hold. Okay. Let's see. And I'm just gonna try and find some videos of this being fighting.
All right. Yeah, I think this is all you get, but you do find the footage of the 25 fights that have been broadcast and distributed of Titanium. So you pull those and you're able to send those to Choke. Is there anything else you want to do while you're in their systems, or is that the only thing you want?
I think that was the only thing. Like, I can't find any. Well, I can try and find some information on Titanium. They have it.
You could do that.
I'll try and go ahead and do that.
Okay. Let's do. Essentially, let's do a research roll. I think it's going to be the best. Because you're in their system, you're just trying to research what's going on.
Okay, so that's +2. That is... Wow, okay, 6.
Oh, jeez. Debating whether
Oh, no.
they're going to be able to...
You wanna help? You wanna help? Can you help? Can you help? She's about to spill noodles all over the keyboard and fuck it all up, and Choke's like, no! Knocks it off.
Now, I don't know a lot about computers, but I do know a lot about fighting and fighters, and I do work for IDIS.
Yeah, I think if since I let you help with the last one, you can probably... So I assume you guys are just, like, sitting there side by side and helping.
Yeah, at this point, Choke has just moved up, and I think it's just, like, sitting cross-legged on the floor next to her, because she's probably tall enough that she can still, like, see.
Yeah, go ahead and roll plus links there, Choke.
Oh, jeez. Please be good. 12!
Yeah.
Jeez.
Best friends!
Alright, so you're at a 7. So you get more intel, and and then I'll answer your question. So your question is, what does IDIS have on Titanium?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you get into the systems, you find the fights, and I think within that file and those that database, you do find their list of like all the competitors, every registered fighter in the circuit, and you find Titanium on that list. You pull up their personnel file, and there's a lot of notes in there, but when you pull up their actual like record and anything that IDIS has on them, it's very sparse. There isn't a lot to it. They have confirmed biometrics on the fighter registered as Titanium, which have passed every screening that they've done. They do pre-fight screenings of the fighters once they're in their suits, because typically with any of the combatants, they can't see the fighters once they're in the suits. So they don't want, for the sake of abiding by the rules and regulations that have been set out by IDIS, they run a biometric sweep of the internal components, and they've confirmed that it's the same person every time. They don't have any registered like history, like medical history for this individual, because the company that sponsors Titanium and the the one who has sort of provided their information, is Omnitrust. And they don't have any. The Omnitrust has essentially given their seal of approval, given the records that they have, but the people that maintain these sort of medical records are Omnitrust. So they've given them everything they have, and they don't have anyone else to go to for any additional medical information. So.
Weird. Interesting. Super interesting.
What's interesting?
Oh, yeah, Omnitrust is involved here with this titanium person. Here, you can see yourself.
I fucking hate insurance.
Yeah. Yeah, me too.
I mean, everybody does until you need it.
Yeah, the problem is needing it in the first place.
Let's see.
Our line of work isn't a bad idea.
Oh,
Fucking racket.
yeah, well, this is what I got. So, is there anything else you want me to try and find while I was in here? I think this is about it. All I'm gonna find.
Well, it's good to know something fucking shady is going on here. That's for damn sure. No, this is good, Claire.
Okay, that's good to know. Because I think I'm gonna eat some noodles. I think I'm done with hacking for today.
I'll get out of your space.
She's hypoglycemic. We need to just give her some food. Like.
All right. So you finish that out. I will end with one last thing before we call it. Choke. You receive. I think you're a couple days in your training, getting things ready. You've had a lot of strain on your arm, so you're icing it down, taking a bit of a break, and you receive a call on your datapad. Unknown.
Guess I answer it.
All right. The voice on the other end picks up. It's an unfamiliar voice. And they say, joke, right?
Yeah? What?
I've been given your number by Gemma. I have an arrangement for you.
Look, if this is another blind date, tell her I'm not into it.
Not that I'm not flattered, but no, that's not what this is about. This is about your upcoming fight.
Okay? What?
We're willing to offer you a substantial bonus should the fight go a certain way.
You gotta be fucking kidding me. You asking me to throw a fight?
Idis is asking you to throw a fight.
Why?
That doesn't matter.
Does to me.
You don't get to ask. Put on a good show. Throw the fight in the third round. with 2 minutes left. Go down, don't get back up, and you'll walk away very, very wealthy.
How much?
I'll send you the numbers. But remember, well, I'm sure you remember where your arm came from. The things that we have done for you. If you don't follow instructions, then we may have a problem.
Send me the number. I'll consider it.
All right. Pleasure speaking with you.
Wish I could say the same.
Phone clicks and goes dead. You receive an email, a message with the details from an unknown sender. If you throw the fight, you will receive 3 times what you bet instead of 2. Or no, you guys already received 3.
Because we're getting paid
Sure.
well.
Yeah, you'll receive 4 times what you bet. Sorry, instead of 3.
Okay.
All right. So we are at 11 o'clock. So I think that is where we're going to call it, leaving you guys with that information and a decision to be made for the conclusion.
We own you.
Yep. That does bring back, in case anybody missed the setup episode for this, everyone has a piece of cyberware and how they got it. And Choke, you received yours from IDIS, and
I am owned.
you are owned by them. So
I will. I'll say real quick, just in case you don't remember it from the setup episode. One of my directives is protective, and it is when you put your responsibility to your career ahead of the mission.
Yep. Which
in
that's
my
gonna be
defense, the mission was to get a lot of money.
Yeah. Well, that's the question: is do you look at your responsibility to your career as doing what IDIS tells you, or protecting your record?
Well, I think the implication was initially IDIS, but I guess I have to think about it for the next
Yeah.
week.
Should think about that so we can decide what you do and what is how that moves forward. But
We're gonna have to talk about it. Motherfucking mouse.
Yep. That was Mickey Mouse you were speaking to on the phone. Super sultry Mickey Mouse.
Son of a bitch.
Please, can you never say the words sultry Mickey Mouse ever
Sultry.
again?
If you had just go to like, haha.
This is the worst day of my life.
Evil Mickey Mouse. All of Sean's worst characterizations come to life.
Yeah.
Haha.
All right.
Please stop.
That is
Please
where we're
stop
going
the
to call
show.
it for today.
get off.
Not in a good way.
No, stop the show. I want to get off.
All right. Thank you everyone for watching. We will be back this time, same time, same place next week to wrap up this mission and see where things go next. In the meantime, our next stream is going to be tomorrow at 3 o'clock Eastern time. We're going to be playing our Saturday night's Apocalypse game. We're playing by the Princess of the Apocalypse campaign setting, set in a post-apocalyptic version of the Sword Coast. I run that game as well. So if you liked this, come out and join us. It's really weird and wild, and there are zombies now, and secret cults and all sorts of fun stuff. Like I said, 3 o'clock tomorrow. Rest of our schedule throughout the week is as it is reflected below our faces if you're watching us live on Twitch. If you're not, head on over to our Twitch page, follow us there, and check out whatever we've got going on at this time, because you're watching this in the future and anything could have happened. Anyway, Savannah, you had a couple things you want to plug that you've got going on this week?
Oh, yeah. I mean, everybody else might too, but...
Yeah, well, I know you specifically you did. I'm going to open up to everyone else.
Oh. Yeah, so when I'm not here, I'm a couple of other places. If you were with us earlier today, me and GB are doing Apocalypse World over on Encounter Roleplay. I am jamming an Apocalypse World campaign over there every Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. It's called Diesel Punks. It's the Apocalypse, but it's Diesel Punk. And there's a lot of shenanigans going on. There's weird visions and bugs that spit acid and just a lot of guns.
Pet giant glowing spiders.
Yes, and also giant glowing spiders that are pets now. They're very friendly, and their name is Jeremy. So come hang out with us on Friday afternoons for the next 6 weeks. That's 3 p.m. on Fridays. And then starting on Monday, I will be for the next million years over on twitch.tv/koboldpress. Playing in a campaign called A Lesson in Deep Magic. We are going to be using their supplement, which, as Lydia said earlier today, is less a supplement and more a tome. But it's called Deep Magic. It's for 5th edition D&D. It's got shit tons of spells and subclasses and cleric domains and warlock patrons and like whole new classes of magic. Go look it up. It's really cool. You can get it on DriveThruRPG. You can also get it on Roll20. But coming out, this is going to be every Monday for the next couple of months at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on twitch.tv/koboldpress. And it's going to be really fun. It's a whole party of casters. So we might die. But come watch it. It's going to be really fun. And then one more thing that I want to remind everybody about, because the sign up is coming for an end. Encounter Roleplay right now is putting on Encounter Con for all of us who so wanted to go to a con this year and then so couldn't because of, well, you know. But it is going to be Saturday, August 29th and Sunday, August 30th. They're playing a ton of tabletop games. Some of them are streamed, some of them aren't. But you can sign up until Wednesday. So Wednesday, August 19th is the last day to sign up. But go to the Encounter Roleplay Discord and sign up for those games, because I know there are a ton of people out there looking for games to play in. So find them, have a con, but online. It's going to be really fun. I encourage you. That's what I have.
All right. Does anybody else have anything they want to plug?
Just Deep Sky Derelicts on Greybeard Tavern at Twitch. Sunday morning, 10 a.m. Just a couple hours, 10 to 12, and we play with a lot of toys and get eaten by space monsters.
Sounds fun. All right. I think that's it. So we'll go ahead and call it here for tonight. Thank you, everyone out there, for watching. We will see you at the same time, same place next week. And until next time, good game and good night, Internet.